the gems. You better give me a see. Fair cast. Dropping gems, dropping gems, dropping gems, drop gems, oh, these come, I'll teach them.
Hey, Gems, baby, we about to start a mission. Hey, G. Hey, Dion says whatever. Hey, Mimi. Y'all know I was over there listening to Terrence because you got to laugh sometimes. Y'all, I hope y'all had a very good Christmas. It's not about giving. It's about being together and centering yourself with your families. I hope that y'all did that. But we're going to get right on to the business, y'all. I want to tell y'all, I want you to go to Google after my live because I'm going to tell you where to go get these things at. Go to Google and it's going to show you where Law Depot is, okay? This is a free revocable trust. Free revocable trust is going to give you all the instructions on how to create your document for free. And I want y'all to get a revocable trust. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm telling y'all this. And then we're going to talk about some experiences. All these lives, they will never be long, but they will always be educational. Now, I told y'all, this page, whether I get 1 view, 10 views, 20 views, this page is not for the mess, okay? This page is for us educating each other, sharing our knowledge with each other. We're going to also tell you the different trusts that you can get. I want y'all to, let me get these for you right now. Okay, not that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about each trust, okay? So listen to this. I can help you, Sister 911. Okay, let me get this out first and then I can give you some advice, okay? So a revocable trust, let me tell you about it. This trust, this particular trust, it can be changed during the grantor's life, often used for probate avoidance. Y'all can have a will. One person in your family can protest against your trust and it will go into probate. And by the time it comes out of probate, you have nothing, okay? So this trust right here, hold on. This revocable trust can be changed during the grantor's life, often used for probate avoidance. So it's a revocable living trust, okay? Irrevocable trust, it cannot be changed easily. It's used for tax access protection. Irrevocable trusts have life insurance trusts, and that's what they call ILIT because they call it irrevocable life trust, okay? You can get a testamental trust created by a will taking effect after your death. Now, I tell you that a trust outweighs a will, but as you are growing older, you want to be able to add things to your will, let your thoughts be known while you're living, while you created that will. But that will dies if you die. But if you get a testimonial trust that is attached to a will, guess what? People know your thoughts and it will take effect. That's the testimonial trust. It's created by a will taking effect after death. So if you have a will, you can change it to a testimonial trust, which will look at your will to get instructions, okay? You can make it a charitable trust. Now, this is what a lot of millionaires and billionaires do. When they have their trust and they have no dependents or beneficiaries for it to go to, what happens, they donate their money to different charities all over, okay? So, this also helps with a lot of things. Okay, now listen to this. To start a trust, you'll name a trustee. Let me let y'all read it for yourself. And beneficiaries. Decide on assets and distribution rules. Draft and sign the trust document, often with a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer. You do not need a lawyer to have a trust. I showed you to go to Law Depot, free revocable trust, because you always want to have a revocable trust. Say you make a trust and your child dies, and you have majority of your money going to that child, and that child is not here. If you get an irrevocable trust, it's not so easy to change. But if you get a revocable trust, you can go in and amend it, and then you can change it. But we're going to watch some videos. Hey, Princess, happy holidays. Me and Princess go way back, and that's my girl. And I have watched her move independently in her life, got her degrees. She has so many jobs and everything. And some of the things that she has accomplished, she needs to put in a trust, like she does party planning, all kinds of stuff. All that stuff is valuable. It's tangible. That's what they call tangible assets. Okay. And she will be able to give it to her children. Okay. So, where was I at? And then fund the trust by retaliating access in the trust name, making the trust a legal entity for managing wealth. The process involves clear intent, defining assets, selecting managers, which are your trustees, and recipients, which are your beneficiaries. Form, formal, Formalizing documents and transferring property with professional help recommended for legal. Now, when free you get your free irrevocable trust, I recommend you make 3 copies. Why? Because you don't want to write on the copy that absolutely comes from online. You want a separate copy in case you make mistakes. You can have someone check it to make sure it's right. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you some instructions. Hey, Kim, I'm going to give you some instructions how you can do this trust and why you should have a trust. And if you own a home after the first of the year, make sure you go down to your city and make sure that you don't have anybody on that deed. Meaning that in Virginia, there was a family whose elderly mother lived here in Virginia. Well, one of her CNAs went and added her name on the deed. So when she passed away, the children came to bury her, and they came to take possession of her assets. Well, they found out that the CNA had added her name and had their mother sign the paperwork. The mother had dementia. The mother had dementia. And the kids, 6 months, they had to fight the CNA. They had to get medical documentation that the mother had dementia. They had power of attorneys on their mother's assets. And this CNA ended up going to jail because she forged a lot of paperwork to take this woman's assets. You have to be careful, because I can go down there to anybody with a home and add my name on your deed, and you would never know, because when we purchase homes, we don't go down there and check our deeds. But it's very important that you go down and you get a copy of your deed every year. You make sure you have it, and have it with your important things, so your family will not be looking for your will, looking for your trust. You need to eliminate stuff out your home and apartments that you don't need. Your car is tangible and it's an asset. Listen, it was a young man here that was dying, and he was in deep debt. You know what he did? He was in the military. He got his diagnosis of cancer that he only had a couple of months to live. And you know what I told him? You can get half of your Social Security right now to pay your debts off. He went down there. He applied for half of his Social Security because he was in the military. They gave him half. He paid his home off for his wife. He went and bought a new car and put insurance on the car payments, that if he died, then the car would be paid off. His wife got a new house. They had been married for 28 years. They had children. He made sure that anything that was wrong with his home, he got his home repaired. And then you know what he did? He lived in his house 2 weeks afterwards and passed away. But guess what? His wife died He died. His wife was debt free, had a new vehicle. They remodeled their home, and she lives in that home with her children, and they're doing fine. You have to cover yourself, because if you die and you're not giving anybody any direction, look, our children don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear, if something happens to me, this is what you need to do. But these are the things that you need to talk about. And I want to tell y'all what's going on. January, they sent out notices to every state. Utilities will be going up. There has been people who have lost their jobs. And guess what? If you turn your 401k into a new term, a IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance, you can roll it over to an IUL. Look it up, what I'm saying. Index Universal Life Insurance. You can roll your 401k over there without penalty. Without penalty. Now, you make your IUL a high yield. We're going to be working on that. Let me tell y'all what y'all need to do. But I'm going to tell you, times will change in 2026. There is a new world order, and I need y'all all to be looking into learning some artifacts of AI, because this is what's happening. We're might be going into wartime. 47 wants to send 350 troops to New Orleans for New Year's Eve, and he wants to use the Insurrectionist Act. You got United States soldiers getting ready to fight Americans, which should never be allowed. It is illegal. But this president is saying that somebody's trying to take over the government in New Orleans. And New Orleans is predominantly what? Afro-American. And what are he doing? What is he doing? But while they're in war, because now he done took down a Nigerian ship. Zelensky is coming out talking about, he wants to come to an agreement with Russia if they cease fire. You don't believe the devil. You can never believe what the devil is saying, because things are not going to change. And while we're paying attention to all those minute things, our house isn't in order. And that's why I'm telling you, you need a trust. So I'm going to give y'all some instructions. I want y'all to share this video. Hold on, because I want y'all to see it for yourself. I got everything. I lined it up. Y'all, I'm still not feeling my best, and it is ugly. I'm not feeling my best. This respiratory thing is like really kicking my behind. Okay. I want y'all to look up. I want to get some property. Yes, start doing it, because that's the best investment of the world. Even if you don't build on it right now, buy your little piece of land. That's something that you can be bought down into your trust. Okay, so let me tell y'all something right now, and I want to tell y'all where y'all can find this stuff at. And it's financial education. Okay, this is where you can find it at, right? Imagine a family bank that can never run out of money. Every loan you take gets repaid when you pass away. And every generation becomes richer automatically. That's the Rockefeller waterfall method. Here's how it's built. Create a family vault. The first move is a family trust. Get your children involved. This also, when you have a family trust, anybody sue you, no money can come out that trust, okay? The trust becomes the vault and will own life insurance policy, cash value life insurance policy, meaning if you need money that you can get it, investments and other assets. The trust not only, and that the trust, not any one person is the center of the system, meaning that if I get sued and I get paid for my trust monthly, say I get $1,000 a month and somebody sue me, well, my only income for the entire year is $12,000. This is what you do. You get your trust to pay your mortgage. You get your trust to pay your car note. and then have your family members in it, and you have insurance on each family member. If I die, my insurance money goes into that trust. Nobody can touch it. Nobody, okay? Second, put the insurance on every key family member. Next, the family takes out a large permanent life insurance policy on each generation: parents, children, and sometimes even grandchildren. Okay. Every policy is structured tax high, cash value, strong death benefits. Remember, I told you if you roll over your 401k to an index universal life, when you say to your employer, I want my 401k and I like it to be rolled over to my high yield IUL, they can't tax you on it. They can't touch you on your 401k. Because guess what? Why leave it in the market? And if the market crash, everything is gone. Okay. Make the trust the beneficiary. Here's the key details most people miss. The trust is made the beneficiary of every policy, not an individual family member. In this kind of trust, right? The family value, you don't make the beneficiary you. Now, with an irrevocable trust, then you should, a revocable trust, then you make it you the beneficiary. And then you have the trust owner, you. And then you have beneficiaries that they can't do nothing while you are breathing. Because I'm going to tell you another story, and I think this happened in Las Vegas. A mother had a trust. She made her son the main beneficiary. You know what happened? He was a millionaire, but when his money started running out, he sold his mother's home while she was in it. Mama had her right mind. The mother had her right mind. She couldn't believe that she made him the beneficiary, and he sold her house and she ended up in a nursing home. Be careful when you are developing your own personal trust. You need to read, learn, research, look all over to see, are you doing the right thing? And you need to make your trust, and you need to go enter it in the courts yourself. You need to make sure that the city knows that that is your stuff, and that my son can't come and say, Mom, I need the money, so I'm going to go ahead and sell your house. He didn't even give her that benefit. He sold her house while she was still in it, and the new people came to remodel and move in, and she was like, what? This is my house. But she made a mistake. I have 11.5 acres. I need this trust setting my son up correct. But you make yourself the first beneficiary. You make yourself, because you're still living and breathing. Okay. And you make it so you can change it. But I want y'all to go to the financial education. I want y'all to read this. It's financial education. This is on Instagram. I want to tell y'all that everything I'm learning, I learned in school, practice it, go to financial classes for free, go to pages like It's Financial Education. I'm learning there's new different laws that change every single year. So I get a 401k and pension coming out of my check and insurance. You are saying I should put it all in a trust as beneficiary. I technically work for the city. What I am saying is take your 401 pension and you put it in an IUL. And what you can do is have your IUL pay you a paycheck. Let your city pay the IUL, because you have to put money in it. But then all your money that you got for your 401k, you don't have to go and ask, your employer, or tell them I'm having a hardship and I need some money, because they're going to tell you no, you're going to get a penalty. But if you put your money in an IUL, high yield, you will get no penalty. And that's what people don't know. You got to move that money around. Just don't let it sit there, because you are allowing your employer to invest your money where they feel. You need to be in control because you work for that all your life. I want people to now, I don't care how old you are, I need you to go and open you up a Social Security account. Go down there and open you up a Social Security account, because you want that already set up. You know how people apply for their Social Security and disability? And they keep telling you, no, 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 no. If you already have an account established, that's the biggest thing. You need to do it now, like in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. Go down there, and it's free. Everything I'm going to tell you is going to be free. But I don't want you to just listen to me. I want you to go on these sites that I'm telling you. Google whatever kind of, trust that you desire. I want you to also go and look it up. There's free templates in Law Depot, free templates for a trust. So you make sure that you're not paying somebody 4,000, 5,000, and they doing your trust for you, and then you don't even know what it is. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on. And before you do a trust, I need y'all to make sure that y'all get a durable power of attorney for financial agreement, okay? A durable power of attorney for financial agreement. I'm not just talking the talk. I'm walking the talk. I'm walking the walk, okay? Now, I, I want to show y'all that in this power of attorney, y'all need to get what? Attorney of fact. Y'all need to get the governing law, the liability of attorney in fact, effective date, the power of attorney. You need to make sure that you have all these topics and you have wrote something on it, and you get real estate transaction. You make sure you go over your durable power of attorney is a durable power of attorney for financial management. You make sure you sign that in your right mind, because this one, my husband's mother did, and now she's not able to write. As a matter of fact, for real, I need y'all to throw some prayers Tim's way. His mother got admitted in the hospital on Christmas Eve. So my husband has been staying with her all day, come home, sleep, staying with her all day. And, my husband is truly a mama's boy. Before y'all do anything, make sure you get your durable power of attorney. Say, I don't want to show y'all this. Hold on. Go to your bank. Go to your bank. This is what I need y'all to put on your, see, let me put this down. On this account, right? See, this is at the bank. You make sure you check fiduciary. Make sure you check fiduciary. This is for your trust. You see this? For example, your trust, UTMA, representative, payee, custodial grant, estate. You make sure that you do this at your bank. If you miss Bugs, you got a bank account, you make sure that you, while you in your right mind, go to your bank and get your personal signature card and check fiduciary. Google what it means, okay? Then you need to put down here who can sign your bank account, your name if you're sick. You need to make sure that you only when you're unable to do it, okay? You need to make sure that you do this with survivorship. If you die, yes, you make sure you do this, because you do not want to be trying to do this when you're sick and you're not in your right mind, because anybody, any kid of yours can come and say, oh, this was done 725, 25. My mother was incapable of thinking for herself. You want to make this very easy for your children. You need to go to your Navy Federal. Y'all coming out of the Bank of America is going to have higher fees as of January 1st, 2025. They are taking people's insurance. Food stamps is supposed to halt January 31st, 2026. Okay, what is it again? You go to your bank. I can't show you because it's got my husband's personal name up here, but it's Bank of America. You go in there, ask for a personal signature card, right? And then on this personal is a certificate, this personal signature card, right? You check the fiduciary. I don't know if y'all can see it, fiduciary. For example, when you're not able to handle your own financial, this will give someone else an example of how to manage your trust, your UTMA, your payee, your custodial. Yes, I got Navy Federal, IUL. That is an Index Universal Life. You make sure that you get a durable power of attorney for financial management. See, I can give Princess a power of attorney, but it has to state that it's financial management. Then I got another power of attorney for medical management. Now, what me and Tim did, we went to our local hospital. We went to the front counter, the visitor's desk, and you tell them you want a medical power of attorney. They're going to give you a book. I'm going to come up here and show y'all. They're going to give you a book. It's all free. If my husband can't breathe and my husband don't want to stay on life support, he signs that. If he doesn't want his organs donated, he signs that. Like my husband is Jehovah's Witness. He doesn't want a blood transfusion. He doesn't want his my lawyer did both for me for my dad, right, Princess? Yes. You got to realize when somebody just say, I got a power of attorney, and you might write in there, okay, this person is in control. What the state is looking for, a financial management. They're looking for a medical management and then a regular power of attorney. 3 power of attorneys that you need to get. There's different kinds of trust. I believe there's over 30 different kind of trusts. Some of them you won't qualify for. You can do the charitable one. If you don't want to leave anybody in your family any money, have all your money going to charity. And then that trust will tell the state, you want your money going to the dog pound, the cat pound, wherever you want it. You have to laser specifically have your documents in order. I'm going to tell you, put your documents, fold them and put them in a Ziploc bag, a regular freezer Ziploc bag. Make sure it is sealed. You know why? Because if there's water damage, you want to have copies where they didn't get wet. See, people don't think about that. When you die, the power of attorney dies. Not this one. Not this bank one. This bank one does not die. That's why you have a financial management that when you die, they know the bank and all where you got your money at knows what to do with your money. Okay. Hey, my daughter is medical, as I went through the mess with my aunt when she was sick. And my grandfather is too old for the hospital to trust his decision making. And that's right, especially if your granddaddy Peanut Butter had on his driver's license that he wants to be an organ donor. Well, the hospital is not going to try to save his life because they figure his organs can go to somebody who might need it. Yes, Princess, yes, Navy Federal is better. Any type of federal credit union is better than a regular bank. It is. I have been. Yep. Okay. Rest in peace, Black Diamond. She told me she was leaving $1 to her brother and where she wanted her money to go when she died. Her neither override her wishes and buried her. Now, let me tell you what I got in my will and on my trust. That any of my children, that's the last paragraph. If any of my children dispute my wishes, they are disinherited. Because, baby, you know your kids. You know if your husband gonna do for your kids like he's supposed to. You know that. My life insurance, I got it broke up where this child get 13%, this child get 15%, this child get 20%, my husband get this percentage. You want no fighting when you're gone because you want everything to be in your own wishes. No one should have OD on their driver's license. You're correct. No one. Organ donor, that's OD. Do not, because the hospital will let you die. They might look like they trying to help you, but they not going to try to help you because guess what? The hospital has a donor list. Somebody needs your eyes. Somebody needs your lungs. Somebody needs something from you. And the hospital will tell you there's nothing more we can do for them. And they will let you go. And guess what? You don't understand. You're just listening to the doctor. I want y'all to also fix y'all credit. Right now, we're not going to go deep into it, but I want to let you know that use the IRS form 4506. Write this down. Use the IRS form 4506-T. 4506-T, okay, to fix your own credit. Stop paying people to fix your credit. You can do it yourself, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, when your past due credit cards were closed by lenders and they had to report it as a profit loss to the IRS, they closed your account. But they made it a profit loss. They didn't claim where they did yours. That's right. IRS form 4506. Okay. When your past due credit card was closed, lenders had to report it as a profit loss to the IRS. That's a strike against you. By law, they should have sent your 1099-C, cancellation of debt, but most people never do. Okay. That 1099-C turns your canceled debt into a taxable income. And income is not allowed to appear on your credit report. I want y'all to remember this. 15 U.S. Code 1681 2A and I. This 1099-C turns your canceled debt into a taxable income. A taxable income, okay? That's where the 4506 comes in. It shows all the discharge debt you should have received a 1099-C. When you attach it to your next dispute, you give the credit bureaus no choice but to delete those charge-offs. Now, if y'all go into this page where we are right now, if you need to write a letter, go to the post in this page right here. And I got sample letters you can copy for free. Okay. Let me read what you wrote right here. I took it off in 2013 when they immediately called trying to get my cousin's organs. Heck, they took her from the house. IRS 4506-T. Sister said, my ex-husband died and we have a house and he was supposed to take my name off the deed and did not do so. He put it in a trust in his mother and family's trust. My name is the name. My name and his name is still on the trust. Let me tell you, D, is there anything I can do? You absolutely damn right. You damn right. Hey, he might have had that trust. And when he entered that trust with your name on it, it should have told every lawyer, mama, daddy, sister, brother, that house is yours. It is yours. And you need to hire an attorney and you let them know that he died, but my name was on that deed. And that house is yours. So you need to get an attorney. And most of all, you might be looking for a mortgage attorney because, hey, you can borrow money off that house right now. If they sold that house, they illegally sold that house because your name is on that deed. And that means that is your property, okay? Um, Corporations claiming abandoned by U.S., okay? So let me tell you this. Let's handle things the right way. We specialize in removing negative items from your credit profile. Drop clean in the comments. Listen, we ain't gonna have nobody else do our shit. We can have them follow up and check over our shit, but we're not gonna have it do it. You must learn your own business. You must learn. My name is not on the trust, but the deed. And guess what? That was your ex-husband's mistake. That is your home. That is your home. Because how he gonna put that in the trust with your name on it? Baby, you can fight for that, and I would sell it. If his family want that house and your name is on that deed, then they must buy it from you. Hey, I'm not an attorney, but I know damn well. Yes, you can, and I'm gonna Google it for you. How about this? This is so easy. Hold on. If my husband died and my name was on the house on the deed, is that my house or does his family get to claim it? If your name is on the deed with right of survivorship, like joint tenancy or tenancy for spouses, you automatically own the house outright and his family can't claim it. It bypasses probate. If the deed just says tenants in common, his share goes to his estate for potentially family via probate, but you still have the right in the surviving spouse, possibly a life estate. Check your deed for wording like right of survivorship is crucial. Consult a probate attorney. Listen, you need to fight like hell and then make his family pay your attorney fees because your name is on it. Your husband, when y'all got a divorce, he should have took your name off. Dumb mistake. And that's why I created this page. We can't make dumb mistakes because when we're dead, we can't change these mistakes. Get it, got it, and will do. You need any more help? You need a probate attorney. You can go into any probate attorney and tell them the situation and give them the evidence. And even though he might have put it in there, baby, your name is still on it. Now, somebody who takes somebody else's property because it was your property and put it into their trust, bad mistake, bad mistake. And I would fight his mama and them in secret. What I mean in secret, get your attorney to do everything first and then smack them with a court date, and then you make them pay your attorney fees at the end. Give the family notice first, so if they'll cooperate, they're not going to cooperate because they're thinking about their son. This was mine's. You give the family notice first from your goddamn attorney, because you know how people get now when they trying to keep other people's stuff, and then after he divorced you, they probably didn't like you no more. So you got to cover your tail, okay? Hold on. I got people ringing my doorbell. Hold on. Now, why they gonna ring my doorbell when I'm busy? Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna have to run and open my door because I don't know who is coming. My husband is truly with his mom in the hospital. I just love my husband and I hate that he's going through all of this. Wow. Um, it really saddens me that during the holiday, he is going through this. Or let me go back. I want y'all to do this. To learn more, receive a new booklet free, The Revocable Trust Advantage. Read it. You can order it free. Hold on. Let me tell y'all where to get it. It's called Legacy Plan 82. Legacy Plan 82. Claim your free copy of the Revocable Living Trust. And you know what? This book will explain everything you need, not just a living trust, but a trust. I'm praying with you guys for his mom. Yes, I mean, we have been through so much, and it is so like, I just hate seeing my husband in pain. But in around Christmas, but he don't celebrate Christmas, but you know, I'm down with him, girl. All right. Okay. Let's go back to financial education. It says, you think trusts are only for billionaires? Here is 7 types of trusts you can use to legally protect every dollar you got. Okay. Um, why trusts matter. Trusts aren't just for the ultra rich. I told y'all that. A trust is a legal entity that holds your assets. It shields your wealth from lawsuits, taxes, and probate. It ensures your money and property are transferred by your terms. It also provides steady income to your heirs, where they're all not receiving their money and blowing through their money. Like in my trust, my grandchildren can't get none of their money until they reach the age of 25. Okay. They have to be 25 and over, or they can't get it. Okay. A revocable trust. Let's keep control of over assets during your lifetime. You see this? Let's keep control over your access during your lifetime. You can change or cancel at any time. Avoids probate after death, ensuring faster transfers. Commonly used for real estate and investment accounts. Your 401k, your IUL, your house, if you bought a condo, whatever. But the most important thing is it keeps you control over your assets during your lifetime. Okay. Number 3, an irrevocable trust. Once created, you can't change it. Provides powerful tax benefits. Assets aren't in your name. Protects assets from lawsuits and creditors. Popular for high net worth individuals to minimize estate tax. Now, this is what I was telling you. If you change your 401k into an index universal life, and we're going to talk about index universal life the next live. Y'all share this. Share this live with people. Look, I'm telling you things for free. I'm telling you where you can look these things up, and just don't believe me, because what works for me may not work for you. Now, like I said, if anybody sue me, my trust protects me. My trust pays me every month. And guess what? I can't be sued for the money in my trust, because what? It's family trust. Everybody's money is going in there. Everybody's getting a monthly paycheck. So when people say they're going to sue me, I don't care about that. When people told me, I was on somebody bankruptcy, well, then I have a bankruptcy lawyer who looks that all up, who looks everything up and assures that I am not being sued by anybody, because that's their job, to watch my trust. You understand what I'm saying? So, asset protection trust, designed to safeguard assets from creditors or what? Lawsuits, often established in states like Nevada or South Dakota. Keeps wealth untouchable while you still benefit indirectly. Idea for business owners or professionals with legal risk. Do you know that YouTube has an insurance policy? If anybody sue you, look it up. YouTube has life insurance. I mean, they have insurance policies to cover you on these YouTube pages. Just don't do things that make people directly go after you. But hey, I'm covered. Charitable Reminders Trust, Donate assets, but still collects income for life. Remaining funds go to charity, tax benefits included. If my charitable trust donates to, let's say, a children's charity, do you know my trust files taxes and gets money? Cuts down on capital gains tax if you sell high value assets, popular for wealthy families who also want a philanthropist impact. Now, Dynasty Trust, and this is the one I'm involved in, created to last for generations, shields assets from real estate taxes for your children and grandchildren. That means do not die and leave your house to your grandchildren. Do not ever do that. Do not leave your grandchildren your house without it being in a trust because they would have to pay the taxes. Okay? That is not a good thing. Okay? Other combined with investments that grow inside the trust, tax free. Favorite by old money families to maintain legacy wealth. Now, Steve Jobs, y'all need to read up on how he did it. Steve Jobs never left a will or anything. He left a trust that nobody could touch anything he had, including the part of the internet he created. Spendthrift Trust protects assets from heirs who might spend irresponsibly, prevents creditors from seizing the funds, give the trust control over how and when money is distributed. Great for young heirs who need financial discipline. Now, that's what I do. Now, at the beginning of the year, next month, I get a large sum of money. That means any bills that I got from 2025, I pay it off. And I start with a clean plate, clean slate. And then I don't get any more money until March. You discipline yourself right now with how you work right now. You get paid every 2 weeks or once a month. You know that money got to last you for 30 to 31 days. You're not going to just get paid on the first and be broke on the second and don't have no more money for the rest of the month. People live like that, but you need to stop. That's when I say make you a line for your wants and your needs. You don't need those shoes. Look, wants, needs. You make a little thing like this once and write down what you want. Then write down your needs. Then you know what you do? At the end of the month, you looked at what you wanted. You wanted Burger King, Wendy's. You wanted those pair of shoes. And then your needs was you needed to get your engine done. You needed new tires for your cars. And guess what? As the next month come in, take some of those wants are. Start making your food at home. You want a burger for the next day? Put your burger separate. Put your vegetables on one side of that and get to work and put it up in the microwave. Stop spending money out because in Burger King, in McDonald's, there is no 99-cent menu no more. There is none of that. Eat from home and find ways to save money. Listen, pull some of those outfits from back in the day. Do you know that I gave a whole shitload of clothes away? And then that style came out. And I had just gave all my clothes away. You got to be a thrifty spender. And with this, talk to your grandchildren and start making them, a bunch of fake food. You hear that song, no need to respond, just listen. Special Needs Trust. It provides for your disabled children, your disabled grandchildren, individuals without affecting government benefits. Now, this is important. Avoids disqualifying them from Medicaid or SSI. Trustee manages and distributes funds for special needs. Critical for a family's independent care requirement. Now, I have a daughter I adopted and she has a disability. Well, do you know they told me that I could not put life insurance on her because of her disability? But let me tell you what I did do. I put it in my most responsible child's name. When I die, she used to get this. And guess what? I made sure that the house that she's going to purchase in July is put up in this trust. So Medicaid cannot say she owns a home. We're not going to give her Medicaid or Medicare when she becomes of age. That's what they do. Do you know that right now she works a little bit and they give her $13 in food stamps? Why? Because she falls under me. So January, I'm changing that she don't fall up under me and my husband anymore, that she's solely dependent upon herself, which would put her below poverty, which she could get food stamps for. That's not the government. If me and my husband was to be deceased, we couldn't put her in our trust because of her disability, and we couldn't put her in our wills because of her disability or get insurance on her. But let me tell you what we did do. We made sure there's a special needs trust and the government can't touch it. They can't count it against her. We made sure. Take advantage of the trust. Reduce estate taxes, which can reach up to 40%. Now, when this was written, it was 40%, 60%. Imagine 100. 60 take away from 100 leaves you 40%. You have to cover your assets. Protect against probate fees and delays. Allows assets to transfer while minimizing income and capital gain taxes. Provides legal privacy since trusts aren't public record. And let me tell you something. My neighbor wife got put into a facility and they asked, well, does she own a home? Was she married? What they told my neighbor is, the man who is 70 years old, you have to sell that home to pay for her in this nursing home. But you know what he did? No, 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 no. He had it in a trust. And he had different beneficiaries. And guess what? The state of Virginia has to pay for her Medicare and Medicaid for that for her stay in the nursing home, and he do not have to sell his house. And now he has a male nurse that comes in and help him. And he had a special needs child. So right now, that money, they both were in the military. She was in the Air Force, he was in the Army. That money is taking care of that house and everything. And guess what? They have no one to leave their money to. And that's where they went on that charitable thing. They have no one to leave their money to. Their daughter died because she had a disability. They have a son that's 46 years old. He don't know how to write his name. He don't know nothing. But guess what happens? If he survives both of them, that money that's in that trust will go to continue to pay for his facility that he lives in. They can never put him out. Trusts are not public record. Marie tried to get your meat from the farmer's market and local butcher. The keywords are trust accounts. That's right. There's more than one. And you know what? You do not have to be a millionaire to get a trust, okay? So let's go to this. And I want y'all to go to the Instagram financial education. It's free. Go to financial education and read these things, okay? Real life example. Let's give you this. A $1 million home placed in an irrevocable trust. Protected from lawsuits. Exclude from your taxable income. Pass directly to heirs. No probate. Value continues to grow because it's inside of the trust. Comment trust, okay? You need to go and get you a free trust. Go to, I don't know where you can go get copies. If you got a copy machine, make 3 copies. You go through these videos that I'm telling you on how to do a trust, okay? Now, I want to tell you 3 mistakes 4 mistakes.
These 4 things. Number 1, don't put your home in a living trust without writing down these 4
living
things.
trust.
Number 1, make sure the names on your trust match the names on your title exactly. Don't add anyone. Don't take anyone off. If they don't match, the county can reassess your property and jack up your taxes. Number 2, don't make your kids or heirs the beneficiaries right now. Make them the successor beneficiaries. If you put them as beneficiaries, they technically own today. Number 3, once your house is in the trust, call your insurance company and add the trust as an additional insured. If you don't and the house burns down, the insurance may not pay. Last one, number 4, make sure the deed actually gets filed with the county. If it doesn't, your home is not in the trust and your family ends up in probate anyway. This happens more often than you think. Avoid these 4 mistakes and your trust will actually do what it's supposed to do. Protect your family and your home. Don't put your home in a living trust without writing.
Watch this part over and over again. Successor beneficiary. Learn these terms. Learn these terms. Now, listen. I am married for 22 years. But I made sure that when my assets went into that trust, it stayed under Marcella Booth. And then later I did an addendum and added Marcella Booth Davis. So anyway, anybody try to sue me and try to take my home or whatever, it's protected. It's protected. I made sure that if I'm collecting $1,500 a month, my trust is paying all my bills. So you could only sue me for the $1,500 that I received a month. And guess what? Then my trust will decide if I say I'm being sued and they're going after my $1,500 a month, my trust can lower my monthly income. And guess what happens? When they take away like $500, then that $500 goes back into my trust and it's paying my bills. And whoever sues me can only get what I make on my monthly income. And nobody can take your whole monthly income from you. You have to protect yourself at all times. And I want to tell you, go to financial education. Go to financial education, okay? And let me show you one more thing, because we're going to always make these things short. And I'm going to ask you, do you have any questions? Because I don't want to feed you a whole bunch of things. And then he filed it in the county. Go, girl. Go get your house and invite me over for dinner because I can't cook a damn thing. Okay. All right. Let me Google this. Let me Google this for you right quick. Should you put your grandchildren on your house as a beneficiary when you die? Listen to this. Yes, you can leave your house to your grandchildren, but putting them directly on the deed now is usually a bad idea. Instead, name them as beneficiaries in a will or trust for better controlled tax beneficiary, a successor beneficiary. Step up basis to avoid giving them ownership and mortgage responsibility while you're alive, especially if you are minors and special needs, which requires a professional estate planning to navigate probate. Methods to consider. Here's when you Google this, it's going to tell you methods to consider. These are recommendations, and then you can cross-reference what you're reading. They inherit the mortgage, which can be burdensome. I have insurance. If I die, it's paid off. It's called mortgage insurance. Put insurance on your credit cards. You can't pay your credit cards because of this nasty economy. Guess what? Your credit card company, they got to pay it. Credit card insurance. Let me show you. There's insurance on everything. You can get insurance on everything. When you can't pay your car note, call your credit card company, right? Your car note people today and say, listen, I'm not going to be able to make a payment January and February. If you've been paying your payments consistently, they have no choice to give you two payments at the end. That gives you financial freedom for 2 months. What you need, Binky? Hold on. Can I put insurance on my credit cards? Yes. You can put insurance on your credit cards as built-in perks like travel purchase protection, or put insurance on payments like auto life premiums on your credit cards to earn rewards. But read in the fine print for cost, exclusions, and if the issuer allows paying premiums to the card. Like my Discover, it allows that. Some cards offer perks like rental car insurance and everything, while many insurers let you pay your bills with a card for convenience and rewards. Watch for interest if you carry a balance. Type of insurance associated with credit cards. Built-in benefits. You get the trips and stuff. Optional add-ons for free. You get the credit card protection insurance, pays for your balance and minimum if you become disabled, unemployed, or die. You see that? That's what I got. Credit card protection insurance. I pay for the balance. And guess what happens if I die? Kaput. It's gone. And we're going to talk about this. Y'all keep coming over here to visit my page. And I'm telling y'all, today I want y'all to go to financial insurance and go in the section about the trust only, because I want y'all to also look up Index Universal Life. I want you to find out about that, because listen, I'm going to show y'all right quick. Index Universal Life Insurance. Can I transfer my 401k into an Index Universal Life Insurance? You can't directly transfer your 401k into an Index Universal Life policy, but you can take a taxable withdrawal from your 401k and use those tax funds to purchase an IUL, a strategy sometimes used for tax-free income in retirement, though it involves significant tax liabilities. That's what I mean by high yield. The complexity includes potential high fees and loss growth from your 401k, potentially modest gains in the IUL. But I'm going to get somebody up here who's going to explain, because that's what I did. I took my money and put it in an annuity with Navy Federal. Now, they'll tell you when you put it in annuity, you can't touch it for 365 days, or you can make it 5 years or 10 years that you can't touch your money. But I'm going to tell you, Navy Federal, ask them about their annuity. That means somebody sue me, you can't even get none of that money. And then after a year, I can use it for 1 day and then put it back into and renew the annuity. Oh, I thought it was only if someone stole something off of them. Thanks, Marcella. Yes, I got insurance on my credit cards. Y'all, we're not going to smother you with all this information. We're going to keep bringing to you little by little, and then you're able to go back and look at this. And then I'm going to show you how to teach your children how to save, where you can get zero. You know what you do? You start getting a little savings for them. And I'm not talking about savings bonds. We're going to talk about that on our next show, because I want y'all to know that you can get something for your children, your grandchildren, and never have to. It could be as less than $25 coming out of your paycheck. I did it. I want to make sure that when I pass away, that my kids are not struggling. My grandkids are not struggling. But I got their investments comes with responsibility. Like with London. Oh, you got to go to college for at least 2 years to get that money. You got to be 25 years old to get that money. You can put stipulations on how you want your family members to receive your money. And we're going to come back. Any questions before I go? Because I'm hungry. I'm serious. My face is hurting. 27 likes, 16 views. Look, imagine that. If I was talking about some mess, baby, it would be full. But guess what? I'm not going to resort to building this page on mess. Please tell everybody to like and subscribe. Come over, watch my videos. Y'all, this video, I'm not getting paid for any of this. And I just want y'all to know that I want us to build our communities, dropping gems and building communities. Back and forth texting my baby about this. Listen, any questions that y'all want to ask me, y'all can come over to Marcella Speaks in my DM. And as long as it's a question about finances or anything, I will accept you. If y'all coming over here to talk about other people, I'm not going to open my DM for that. I don't do that. I help people, and I genuinely want everybody to build on your own knowledge, not spending money to have somebody might or might not do what's beneficial for you. So I love y'all all. See you tomorrow on this new topic. Any questions for trust? And I need y'all to please look up some things and come back and ask me the questions. Bye, y'all. Hold on. I don't know how to play my outro. I don't know if I got one. I have some paperwork I need you to look at. Okay, Mimi, because I know what that's about, Mimi.